Well, Coach, to be predicted this time of year, it is a cold and windy night in downtown Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
Well, partner, it's pretty simple. One thing you don't want to see defensively, on the very first snap of the game, some guy running free like we just saw there.
Heck of a start for this offense, no doubt. They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Dalton here from the gun. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, there has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
Jackson, option right, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Let's make these babies cry on the way back home.
Watch twins. Watch twins. Show it up. Show it up.
Jackson now. Eluding the pressure right. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Watch the boot. Watch the boot. Slam. Slam.
There you go. 368. Here you go. 93, 52, 93, 44, 44. There you go. Hey, Alpha.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he's got some space here. 22 yards there, a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
They try to jet sweep with Nelson, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
To throw on third down. Dalton looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Hey, check. Mike 50, Mike 50.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
Go. Ball trot. And the ball.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And, his first carry, he loses the football. And the Bengals grab it. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
I love what you just said there. You nailed it because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
Let's go. Let's get it home.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. That one caught out wide by Boykin. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 16 yards, a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Jackson, option right, on first down. Swift. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Guys, pick it up. 36.
From the 24, Jackson. And a little floater there is incomplete.
Intended for number 20. Incomplete. Brings up third down and 7.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
49, check 49, check 49.
66, pull it, high, under 10, 10. Deuce. Shot.
From the gun, Jackson letting one go deep for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. Tucker's kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Single.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. These two teams all tied after one. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Everyone's got 4 down.
Here we go, can. Score.
To throw here, Dalton. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 39 yards there, a big one.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into 1st down and then some. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Time to go right now. Check three.
368. Move.
Switch it.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let him play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Play action. Now Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Hey, watch it, watch it.
They'll run on first down. Swift trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Watch out.
Jackson from the shotgun. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 41-yard line.
Hey, 50 the mark, 50 the mark. Here we go.
Jackson on first down. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Carl Lawson make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Jackson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. First down marker at the 31. It's third down.
Mike 50. I'm on.
Jackson, option right, and an alley to run. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Forced out to his left. He'll try and run it.
Let's go.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Running on first down, Eckler. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12.
Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense. Out. Great stone. Come on. Shit. Check 26. Check 26.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Come on, Zach. Hey, come on. I got you, punk. Buzz. Be ready. 56. Mott's 56.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Flush to his right.
Watch twist. Watch
He can
twist.
run for it, and he will. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
Justin Tucker on for the field goal. A 28-yard attempt.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good, and that will tie things up at 6-6. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday you press it a little bit. This might be the case.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they...
Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner, forget starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. After the interception, here's Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal.
56 to Mott, boys. 56. Check 56. Let's go, D4L6.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Mott's 56. Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
Here we go.
They'll come out in the pistol. So now from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal.
Slant. He's checking. Anyway, crash, go. Put. 56, Mike, 56. Here we go. Hey, switch gears. Check the hot read. Switch. Go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are able to regain the lead. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And it's up and good to extend the lead to 13-6. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The Bengals drive about to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
The Bengals drive about to get going. A touchdown would tie it. They trail 13-6 as they come up with a 1st and 10.
Hey, 2.
1st and 10 for Dalton. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Dalton going up top. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Recon, 132 fighter.
57.
They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. It's caught. Nelson. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. He'll let this go end zone for Green. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green, as the first half is winding down, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
He's got his man. It's Andrews. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Check 37. Mike 50, Mike 50. I got you. Hey, we got Mike 50, Mike 50, huh? Watch the run, watch the run.
50's the Mike. 50's the Mike.
Zoom.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. Here we go.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight. Set up. Slam.
From the gun, Jackson. Got a man. It's Brown. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
A 57-yard attempt.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Come on, man. Let's go.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Carl Lawson make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
Mike's 56. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Quick dad.
56. Pull it. Now. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 50.
Now Jackson. And now he'll tuck it and run. He's got a first down past the 30. Finally taken down at the 32-yard line. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Man, that's trash. That's trash.
Operating from the gun. Jackson. He'll get this to Eckler. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make this a second down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. I got you. I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby.
Throwing is Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his second interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Jackson options out left. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
All day, just like that. Just like that. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Hey, here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
That's good for a Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Jackson now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Jackson going to get this out to Brown. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Check hot route. Hot. Kill.
To throw is Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. Dancing to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Got the screen. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. 56. 56 is my.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Jackson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Swift. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Brought down by the quarterback, William Jackson. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
At the 48-yard line.
56. Mike.
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
6 guard. Check 6 guard. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Big edge, big edge, big edge. Hey. Motion. Delta, Delta. Mike 56, Mike 56.
Jackson, option right. He may try and run for this. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That time they pick up a 24 yards on the keeper. First down.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Pittsburgh. Check 56. Crunch time, defense. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. Swift. 56 to Mike.
Here is Eckler. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as the Ravens push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Hey, what's the ball? Regular. Check Mike 57, Mike 57.
Hey, I'm coming after you.
Bravo.
57 to Mike 57. I can't believe it.
Dalton now to pass. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. J.J. Nelson, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Can.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Andy Dalton now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10.
Don't get nervous.
And it'll be Dalton again. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Double tight, double tight.
5, 2 by 2. Move.
Looking to throw again on second down. Dalton. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Come on, let's go. Regular. Hey, Delta.
57. Mike, 57. Watch the screen, watch the screen.
From midfield here, Dalton. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Bullock good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Bengals 20.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56. Hey, defense, let's go. Mike, 56.
Jackson from the shotgun. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Jackson, options out left. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Bengals grab it. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. Target. Mike 52, Mike 52.
To throw here, Dalton. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. read the pressure, and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Again, it's Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Ravens 23. To kick off for Cincinnati.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. That one caught out wide by Boykin. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Being chased out left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Nice, sweetheart.
They'll try and throw for it to Jackson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So now it may look bleak, but this one not over. They do have all 3 timeouts.
Even at this point on the field, where it looks like, you're really backed up, hold them to a field goal. That's the mantra right now. You hold them to a field goal. You still got a chance to take care of business on the other end, but you're right. The 3 timeouts are going to be key. How well they use them to preserve clock as well as stopping them, that's the key to giving them a chance to win.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the 1st. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Bullock will put this one through. And that'll make this a 7-point game. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to turn you. Don't get nervous.
Show it up. Show it up. He's cracked.
Here's Jackson. Man open left side is Brown. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
Pardon, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
It's our field. Mike's 50.
Stay with your man.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Jackson to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. The Ravens get a new set of downs. Give them 17 on that pickup. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Jackson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now he stops it with a spike at 8 seconds. Throwing now is Jackson. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Intended for Miles Boykin. Incomplete. Results in a 4th down.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Slam.
Mike 50.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Kill. What? Go.
One last shot for Jackson. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles. And really the difference, obviously, was that 4th quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you can just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So for Cincinnati, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll get